At the beginning of October, Russia resumed massive missile attacks on Ukrainian cities. As a result of the shelling of Zaporizhia on October 6th, a number of multi-story buildings were destroyed, 17 people were killed, and more than 20 were hospitalized.
We woke up because of the heavy explosions. The smoke and dust were blowing into the room. I understood that it had hit somewhere in the yard. Glass was blown out. There were two explosions, one after another.
The next day, the missile terror of the city continued. One of the enemy missiles hit the yard of a multi-story building. The apartment house was destroyed and utility infrastructure was damaged. On the night of October 9th, Zaporizhia was targeted by a new missile attack. As a result, 13 people were killed, including 6 children. 60 people were hospitalized.
I am angry at the Russian Federation at all. The way it does it all. I don't even know how to tell those who are going to watch this what it's called, but it's definitely not a special operation.
Already on October 10th, the occupiers launched 83 missiles on Ukraine. They attacked 12 regions at once. 43 missiles were shot down by air defense forces. The rest hit the cities of Kyiv and Dnipro, and the Kharkiv, Kherson, Cherkasy, Sumy, Zaporizhia and Donetsk regions. As a result, 23 people were killed. More than 100 were wounded.
This is terror and war against peaceful people. Who did not wait for this at the most unexpected moment?
The leaders of the European Union immediately condemned the missile attacks on Ukraine. Ann Linde, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Sweden, said about Russian blatant disregard for the lives of civilians. The Foreign Ministry of Lithuania called for further support of Ukraine and stated that Russia continues its terror. Estonia recognized Russia as a sponsor of terrorism.
Parliament of Estonia adopted with 88 votes a statement in which it condemned the annexation of the territories of Ukraine and declared Russia a terrorist regime, from the statement of the Parliament of Estonia.
The Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe officially designated the Russian regime as terrorist. The international organization adopted such a resolution for the first time. It strongly condemned the aggression of the Russian Federation against Ukraine, noting that it was a crime, a violation of international law, and the main threat to security in the world. The resolution was adopted unanimously, with 99 deputies present in the hall voting in favor, and one member of the parliament abstaining.
To ensure a comprehensive system of accountability for serious violations of international law arising from the Russian Federation aggression against Ukraine, actively cooperating with the Ukrainian authorities on this issue and in this context, to declare the current Russian regime as a terrorist one, to speed up the establishment of a special international tribunal to prosecute the crime of aggression against Ukraine, from the resolution of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe.
The Russian army uses methods that are characteristic of a typical terrorist organization, and it does all this publicly, with coverage in the controlled media, and the main purpose of such terrorist attacks is to intimidate Ukraine and the people of Ukraine.
Ukraine wakes up every morning with two questions: what else became the target of Russian terror overnight, and where else did our forces manage to defeat these terrorists?
Already in April, Ukraine was the first country in the world to recognize Russia as a terrorist state. More than 40 countries and the European Union have already officially called Russia's action in Ukraine genocide. All these are important legal precedents that gradually strengthen Russia's international isolation, and it stops the attempts of the aggressor state itself through its agents of influence to get the sanctions lifted. Reported by Roman Smoler, Natalia Husak, UATV News.